Yeah, Jigara here. So, today I'm going to talk a little bit about some of the effects of vaping. A lot of people have this kind of stigmatism against it, saying that it's just as bad for you as cigarettes are, if not worse, because it's like higher concentration and you're smoking just that liquid. But honestly, that is not the case. There's plenty of research out there that has been done proving time and time again that vaping is not as bad for you as cigarettes are, not by a long shot. Cigarette companies, a lot of times, they'll put in a lot of different chemicals and such, like, for instance, arsenic, which is a poison used to kill rodents. And if you have ever looked at a rat poison product, it says don't eat it because it's poisonous and it can seriously harm you, if not kill you. So a lot of times these other chemical compounds, that's what's going to cause your cancer, that's what's going to cause your lung problems, that's what's going to make you sick and eventually kill you. So the juice used to vape on in your e-cig, also called e-liquid, that doesn't have any of that. In fact, there are 3 components to e-juice, and that's going to be vegetable glycerol, it's going to be propylene glycol, and it's going to be your nicotine, if you want to use nicotine in your liquid. Now, the PG and VG, these are naturally found substances. They're not going to hurt you, they're not going to kill you. It's just something to help produce the vapor that you're smoking when you're vaping on your mod. It's like, I'll try to remember to post the research I've done down below, but it's been proven that it's not gonna do anything to you. And a lot of people still think that research on the long-term effects of vaping has not been thoroughly researched enough. But when it comes down to it, vaping has been around for a very long time. A very long time. And the people who have been vaping for that very long time, they're fine. And people don't realize how long vaping's been around because it's only recently really taken off, especially when considering how much it's helped so many people, including myself, including a couple of friends of mine, to stop smoking on tobacco products that would eventually just kill them. I mean, my family has a history of cancer. Some of it has been brought on because of smoking, but vaping isn't going to do the same thing. That's why I switched from smoking on the black and milds, which are incredibly harmful to your body, to smoking on the vaping. I did my research before I made the switch. I had been trying to quit for a long time without any success at all. I could maybe stop for like a week, possibly 2. But, as soon as something bad happened, I would just get really stressed out. And when I was stressed out, I would smoke because that was the habit that I had formed. So it's kind of harmful to me to think about how people are like just constantly saying that vaping is going to kill me too, when I've done the research and it's not. I'll try to remember to post the research down below, but you can look at the three ingredients that I just mentioned: vegetable glycol, propylene glycol, and the nicotine, and none of these things are going to end up killing you. It's not the nicotine in cigarettes that kill people. It's all the chemicals and poisons that they treat the tobacco leaves with. And it's funny to me that the FDA and a lot of other people are trying to call vaping a tobacco product. I mean, the only thing I guess that would be close to that is the nicotine. I suppose that they get that from tobacco leaves, but I'm not positive on that, so don't take my word for it. But I did find that there is a company who is looking into making like a synthetic nicotine. So once they do that, I guess that would be moved away from it being so closely related to tobacco products that the FDA is like, no, you must shut it down. I don't know. I'm really hoping that at the end of the day, the FDA's attempts to essentially stop people from being able to get the e-liquid for vaping will not be successful. You know, I mean, I don't know if you've heard about it. They're trying to pass a law that basically makes it so that any new e-liquids made after, I think, 2007 would have to go through this really extensive and long $1 million test. And that's $1 million per flavor to test to make sure that it's okay for people to smoke. And considering that the base ingredients for vaping is pretty much the same universally, I see no reason for this test to really be forced onto people. And most companies that produce e-liquid, they can't afford that. A lot of these places, they're small businesses. They can't afford that. It'll essentially put them out of business, which will essentially put a stop to people being able to vape. And then you have people like myself who have a pretty good chance of referring back to tobacco, which is part of the theory that, you know, the FDA is doing this in conjunction with tobacco companies so that people go back to smoking cigarettes, so that the tobacco companies aren't losing the money that they've been losing to vaping. I don't know if it's true. It's just a rumor. So, do the research. Check out the links that I'm hopefully going to post below. And make an intelligent decision for yourself. Decide on your own. Is it going to kill you? Or is it perfectly fine? Who knows? Jigara out!